Thinking about buying a 5080 for VR? This video is going to help. Last week I tested 5 VR games and you all asked for more, so here it is. Today we're going to look at 10 games in just 5 minutes. So I'll flash them all on screen now and you can use the timestamps to jump ahead to the ones that you're most interested in. So here's the test setup. I have the AMD 7800X 3D paired with the RTX 5080 and 32 gigabytes of RAM. I tested everything using the Quest 3 using virtual desktop, mostly in godlike mode. You'll see the virtual desktop performance overlay on screen so you can watch how this GPU performs in real time. And in this video, go ahead and overclock that sub count, and if there's a game you want me to test, sound off in the comments below. All right, let's just get right into it. Okay, first up, Resident Evil Village. I've got everything maxed out, except ray tracing's turned off, and it runs extremely well. I probably average 70 to 80 FPS, somewhere in there. So getting a little bit of reprojection, but didn't bother me too much, unlike this guy here. Let's see, get off me. There we go. And then I do think the ideal way to play is this, in Ultra, however, not godlike. It was a smooth 90 the whole time, and still crisp as can be. Awesome game in VR. I highly recommend it. Okay, next up we have VR chat, and I'll be honest with you guys, I have never spent a single second in VR chat until this video here. So I'm going to need you all to tell me if this is good performance or not, or if I should have tested a different world or something. But I did try to wait until everyone's avatar loaded in before recording footage, and I did notice a few slowdowns. You'll see here we do dip down just a little bit, but overall it seemed pretty good, pretty stable, just a couple hitches here and there. It's ready or not time, and holy shit, this game is just awesome in VR. I highly recommend it. You'll notice here that the graphics quality is set to Ultra. I was getting some crashing on godlike. The game itself is set to Epic, so I'm really pushing it here. And you will still notice here on Ultra that there are some performance dips. We're in the 80s, 70s, right now, and things do tick down a little bit. But it's not all that noticeable in the headset. I could probably go in and not have everything set to Epic to actually, smooth out those frames a bit more. But gosh, this game just looks awesome in VR and plays awesome too. Next up, we have Deep Rock Galactic, all maxed out, and this is the mission hub, which is extremely performance heavy. So we do see a couple of frame dips here and there, but let's jump down into a cave and see what it's like in a mission. Here we are, running buttery smooth. Now, if there's one test that is flawed, it might be this one because I didn't have anyone else playing with me. I bet if you sprinkle in a few more players, it might start to dip down a little bit if you get all 4 in there. Maybe you tone it back to Ultra, but god damn, this game is just awesome in VR, and I highly recommend it. Thanks to modders for giving us stuff like this. Okay, now we have Lies of P set to best quality, and it's running really, really good. But I do want to note I do have DLSS quality turned on as well too, because without it I was at around 60-ish frames, so it had a huge boost on the game's performance without really looking any worse or playing any worse either. And I do want to note here that if I ever make a Lies of P how-to video, just do not watch it. I am terrible at Souls-like games, but this is pretty awesome in VR. Okay, next we have Into the Radius 2, and god, I just love the atmosphere in this game. It's awesome. And what we'll see here is that the 5080 really doesn't even break a sweat with this game. I actually ran it at 120 for a little while, noticed I was getting around 100, 110 frames there, so it's real close to being able to run it at 120 frames per second, which is pretty cool. But we're keeping it at 90 here, keep that stable 90. You will notice up here a bit, there is a bit of a frame dip. I didn't even notice it in the headset. Felt smooth to me the whole time. But yeah, again, Into the Radius 2, awesome game. Cannot wait to play more of it. Just waiting for it to kind of be more finished before I go and do my full playthrough. And I'll probably do a video on that when it does happen, so keep an eye out. Okay, so here we have Mad God's Overhaul for Skyrim VR, and it's installed with whatever the stock settings are. I didn't tinker with it too much, but you can see that the frames are starting to dip here, so the 5080 is a little overmatched, especially on godlike, but even on Ultra, I was still getting crashing. So that means we're hitting up against that VRAM limit on the 5080, so you could definitely make the argument that it could have used more VRAM, especially for a thing like this. Yeah, this one overmatched it. But honestly, I'm not sure I love the art style here in Mad Gods anyway. It's a bit too high fantasy looking for me. Okay, moving on, next we have Borderlands 3. And as you can see here, the 5080 is performing quite well. However, I've got a head scratcher here because the Quest 3's decoder is really struggling with this. I'm not sure if it's the mod or if I just did something stupid. I'm not sure what it is. If anyone knows, kind of let me know, because I would love to play this as smooth as it could be, because the 5080 isn't really struggling here at all. So let me know if there's something I did down in the comments below. But again, awesome mod in VR, awesome game, highly recommend it. Okay, and back to a native VR game. This is Metro Awakening, one of my favorite games from last year, and it's not challenging the 5080 whatsoever. I've got the in-game resolution super sampled to 120%, set on godlike, and it's buttery smooth the entire time. I actually tried to run this game at 120 frames per second, but the Quest 3's decoder just wasn't quite up to that task. So yeah, any native VR game, I pretty much feel like the 5080 is just going to destroy. And finally, we have Silent Hill 2 with the graphics set to potato. And as you can tell here, the 5080 is struggling to keep up. I've got the graphics quality set to ultra in virtual desktop and targeting 72 frames, and at times it struggled to hit that 72 like in this cutscene here. During normal gameplay, we'll see how that holds up. It seemed to be sticking around the 70s, so it wasn't terrible. But yeah, this game is definitely very taxing to run in VR. And that, everyone, is today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it helpful. If there's another game you want me to test, let me know in the comments down below. And if you found this video helpful, consider subscribing. Thanks again, and we'll catch you next time.